Hello everyone, welcome back to Ryam. I hope everyone is... everyone has shoes and shoes are dropping. It's a metaphor and a visual gag in an audio show. So thank you everyone for your patience as everyone is... I was waiting for a shoe to drop proverbially and then my party
we
was...
were waiting for a clap.
That is true.
Yeah.
But the shoe has dropped this week, so, well, actually, four shoes have dropped this week, so I can maybe have a little bit of peace this time. But welcome back to Ryam, everyone. We got a little bit to do. We have this gala to finish up, gang. I hope everyone's feeling good, because, man, 2 days have gone by and not a whole lot's happened except some minor fighting and what could possibly go wrong. But before we do that, as is tradition, we'll introduce ourselves. And this week's question, gang, is... something I'm kind of interested to see is, if I were to give you the reins for a week and put you in the Dungeon Master position, what would you have us doing? What kind of game would we be playing? What characters would it be? How would we do Dungeons and Dragons that week? So this is Scoot, your DM. Take it away, Gaffers.
I can go. I'm Deb. I play Tessa, the Tiefling Paladin, and I had two ideas. So I'm not super great at improv. I have been a DM before, but I like to plan things out very, very particularly. So I thought it would be fun to do a festival episode and have like a bunch of mini games and all sorts of different like booths you could go to and some shenanigans to devolve from there, or just like a classic dungeon crawl but my style, like make it a really interesting, cool combat. That's what I would do.
Yeah, because my combat sucks, so I get where that's going, Deb.
That's not what I meant.
I can go next. I'm Kate. I play Allie, our half tiefling, half kitsune monk. I have DM'd literally once, and it was a somewhat quirky, odd game in which a number of the folks here actually participated. But it was basically a game where I made the characters in advance, which I wouldn't normally want to do, but they were grandmas or former adventurers who had to rescue their grandchildren from hags. And the highlight, I think, of it was a visual gag in which there was a corpse flower that climbed up a tree so that they couldn't hit it with melee weapons and kept dropping corpses out of it, but every time they landed, they took 10 feet of fall damage and fell over. That one didn't get old somehow. So I think if I were running a game, it would be very, very similar to that in something a little bit odd, something involving combat but more puzzles to get there in the first place. Because I am a big fan of riddles and puzzles, but I genuinely enjoy when players actually figure it out. I don't want to make it so hard that they're like stumped. I don't win that way.
I suppose I'll go next. Hello, I'm Robert. I play Nikki, the human wizard, and I am actually a relatively frequent DM. I weirdly am DMing no campaigns right now, which is unusual for me. But that will probably change soon-ish with another group. But at any rate, what I would do here for a session, a couple ideas that came to mind. One is to run a murder mystery, which I've never done, but I think would be a fun one-shot.
Ooh.
And the other is, I'm a sucker for it. Something Lovecraftian, eldritch horrors fucking up the town. Go solve the problem. I'm a big fan of eldritch horror monsters.
I dig it.
I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going, Rob.
I guess I'll go last then. My name is Randall. I play Kiki, the Kinku Tinkerer. Well, I think for me, I was not expecting at this stage where we are in the campaign to be settled down, quote unquote. And I think things are off to a good start. We'll see after this session with whatever combat is looming. But I think that while things are going well, it's at a really tentative place because it's just getting started. So if it were me, I would create a compelling reason where the characters would have to choose. Do they stay with all this like space and investment and this like peace building, or is there something that would make them depart?
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Yeah, like basically like choose wisely, right? And just I don't know, one to be like adventuring in the world a little bit more,
If I
but
stay, there will be
also
trouble.
to decide, yeah, would we stay or would we go? Like, what is it that would be so compelling? Is it something that might help the peace process even more if we went out on this jaunt, or is it like you can talk peace, but then push comes to shove, you have to like show up and help something out? Just something that would be really choosy for us as a party. That would be like, oh, it's so early. Like, what do we defend the lands? Well, we'll hire mercenaries. No, the defenses are good. Are they good enough against what? Like that sort of thing. Yeah, I think that's what I would do.
All right. Well, now that we have all that done and the meme channel is already afire with posts signaling this will be a good game.
We talked about staying or leaving. Of course, I'm going to post a gif of a cat moving back and forth in and out of the doorway.
Obviously, the truest Socratic representation of staying and leaving.
That is platonic ideal right there.
Oh, that's what it is, right? It's been a long time since I was in Philosophy 101. Anyway,
something, behold a man, there's a chicken there.
Yeah, whatever. You folks have had, like I said before, 2 days of relative gala-ness. First day went pretty well. Second day also went well. There was a little bit of tensions that were dispersed. Tessa got into a fight at some point. Allie lost dance off with her.
It was a diplomacy fight.
It was a diplomacy fight.
An exhibition match.
Yes, excuse me. Must have had a frog stuck in my throat. That's why I pronounced that weird.
Yes, that completely different word. There was also the dancing part of the gala, and which Allie lost a dance-off to her brother and his
If
girlfriend.
you use magic, and that's bullshit.
You also use your key
It was
powers.
close.
Yeah.
It was close.
I did not use any magic until he did. I was perfectly happy to just have a dance-off.
You don't sound bitter about it at all.
No, Allie's very bitter about it.
Mm.
But you folks went to sleep that night with not a lot of problems, not a lot going on. Then we're going to pick up kind of early in the wee hours of the morning. Those sort of like 3 a.m. hours where some of you might be stirringly awake, maybe some of you haven't gone to bed yet, while others of you well in dreamland. But Kiki, it is at this point that as you are startled because your detector that you and Tessa have made begins to go off.
Beep, 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 beep. Oh, he's like, red alert, red alert. She says through the Slap chat. She keeps saying until someone responds.
Yeah, and as you walk out,
Allie was already not sleeping well because she's kind of scented this thing coming, but very much awake now.
Yep, and you see Kiki as you walk out of your the area where you're all staying in. There are flares heading up into the night sky.
Not ours. Someone else's flares?
No, they're your warning flares from the
okay, got it. I was like, what?
But they are exploding from many different areas.
Kiki pauses briefly to admire her work.
Mm-hmm. Right, but that it's like, oh man, that's so great. Fuck, that means danger. Yeah.
as Rob mind chef's kiss, but then she's like, oh yeah. So she rushes to join the other members of the party.
Tessa does as well, and I feel like when she was given the warning by Allie, she just slept in full armor, like ready to go in case something happened. And now she's just like up.
Yeah. And as Kiki, you and Allie kind of approach the outer gates coming up from where you were probably staying, wherever you're sleeping at the time, you see a lone dwarf riding a very large ram, much like a horse, is coming in. He is battered and bruised. His armor is dented, but he is not bleeding. And he is making a beeline, or a ram line, for the 4 gates of the keep. There's a blackish ichor all over his armor, and he has lost his helmet. And you can see rend marks that something has bitten very hard into this dwarf's armor.
Dude, is this at the estate or at the temple?
This is at the
Where
temple.
Are we at right?
So
Okay.
that's where you
Just wanna
folks
make
want to
sure.
be. So like Nikki is probably at the estate because that's where Nikki spends a lot of her time. I'm assuming the rest of you are at the temple, kind of dealing with things.
Mhm.
Just confirming.
So
Okay.
he's running in, and he just this guy just kind of gets off the ram, stumbles, and just comes for you, champion.
What? So I kind of go to him. I was like, "Are you hurt? Like what?
No,
What's going on?"
I'm fine. I'm fine. And you can see he has a dagger in his side, like stuck in.
Like in his flesh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I'm going to fix that problem and take it out, but I'm also gonna like apply pressure with a lay on hands to heal it as I take it out.
How many points are you using?
How deep is it?
It is like a stiletto, but it's in a part of his side that it didn't hit anything. Like it's hitting
Okay.
his hip.
Would 5 hit points be enough to seal that up?
Yeah, it would take the sting off. He looks real battered, so he has lost more than if we were to measure his health and points.
I'll give him 10 then.
Okay. That makes him a little easier, and he's thank you. All the eastern outposts have been attacked and raided in different points, and you can see there's still like Kiki.
Say that again?
There's still flares getting shot up
Oh,
in warning.
yeah. Got it.
Did you see who did it?
No, it was things moving very fast. They came out of the woods and they melted right back in after they struck. They were human sized though.
Is there anything unique about the dagger that was in his side that I have?
Yeah, when you took it out of him, it just disintegrated.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
So that's gonna be some Shadowfell bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I think the first thing we need to do is we need to get everybody here awake and alerted to this.
We need anybody who's not able to fight to be in the temple. We need anybody who is able to fight to be ready to do so, I think.
Yeah. I guess should we divide and conquer and do like get everything set up, like get all the guards that are off rotation on rotation, get all the people in the temple warned, all the children in the back, way back of the temple, like Helm's Deep.
Tessa, you're the champion. Why don't you take charge of the getting people out here to fight? I will get started with getting people into the temple to be protected there.
I can do that.
Okay. You begin to kind of move Summit Vale inside the temple, which of course is very large enough to accommodate them, but people are beginning to pack things because they don't know what's happening, so they're grabbing stuff they might need because they don't know how long they're going to be inside the temple or what's happening. Allie, as you're kind of moving around, you see King Rin looks very agitated, and he is in full battle dress. Like he has his very big hammer. Mm-hmm. He's sort of Reinhardt looking with his battle armor, and his Queen Lana is besides him as he begins looking over to the western sky, and he just looks his gyms are real rustled. He's pissed about something. And this is a very jolly man normally, and it is like a 180. He just looks pissed.
Your Majesty, I think you'll be of most use up with Tessa, if you don't mind.
Ali, there's more here than shadow.
What more?
Get your aunt.
Am I switching characters now, Scoot?
If you'd like to for a moment.
Alright, Allie gets her aunt.
Yeah. Do you feel it? He asks you. Yes, Perseus.
I don't know, Scoot, what am I supposed to be feeling?
Nazrax.
There's a string of curse words that comes out of Perseus's mouth. It's a pretty impressive string of curse words. It definitely describes some things that are anatomically not at all possible.
Yeah, Ren nods. It's not him.
Of course it's not him. We permanently killed him.
Something is wrong.
It's the fucker acolytes.
Kiki's like, what's Nazrak? What's Nazrak?
Uh,
I don't know if she would know this.
It's a demon who enslaved the entirety of WtR for a millennia or thereabouts.
Yeah, these were the guys that, remember when we were at Veritas Nova and there was that cult that was like trying to break through the Heartway? Those were all the cultists that Tessa killed.
Oh, bad. Very bad.
Yeah, very bad.
Not good at all. Does he have... Does he have any children?
Hi!
Kate knows that he has children.
There's, there is one, Rin says, but she would not be here for this. Mostly because her daughter is here as is an invited guest. It's not her. These are... they can't be... He's, like, looking around. He seems to also be searching for something, like, coming out of the sky. He's like, it can't be from the hells, because then our other friends would certainly be here. It must be followers from the plane.
Can Briseis get any kind of sense of where the cultists are?
They are in...
Demon sensing is her fucking jam.
Right, so it's very faint, because these aren't demons. Like, it's not extraplanar demons. But you feel something tugging you towards the south and the west.
She'll come over to Tessa. There's you've got something of this plane as well. Cultists, acolytes, whatever you want to call them. I think your aunt told me that you'd had an interaction with them already at the Heartway.
A couple, actually. They were on it was Prema, right, Scoot?
Prema, yep.
Yeah. They were nowhere near where I expect them to be, and of all things, like 20 years later, I was not pleased. But yes, I've had actually several run-ins with the cultists over the last year.
You're about to have another one. They're to the south and the west of us currently.
Fuck.
Berseus, is there anything to the southwest of here? Is that not where the canal ends? Inland?
God, they're in Gullsway.
They could be going to Gullsway, but what the fuck would they want in Gullsway?
West.
Control of the canal, control of the harbor.
And then, so something hits Ren. There.
Really good crab soup.
Good. Possibly. Right.
Southwest of where is this discussion
Our
happening?
entire supply of Old Bay is there. No.
In the
No,
mountains.
not the
This is in
Old
the
Bay.
mountain, yeah. So, Nikki, you're aware that something is happening as we're going to smash cut to you as Locke comes in.
Okay.
And she is...
I've already got clothes on because I got the alert from
right,
Kiki
and
in the
Locke's blade is covered in sap.
Oh my.
And
Been working on your gardening there, Locke.
trees. Big trees. Time to go. Get everyone.
Righto then. I'll follow Locke out and I'll slap chat. Locke's distressed about trees. So, anyone around the estate?
They're all up in the mountain, and Nikki, as you come out, you see that there are 3 dryads dead on the ground outside.
Oh. Evil dryads? I turn to Locke.
She holds the blade to you and goes, they were coming for the house, so therefore...
Oh,
sure, she says.
Fucking wacky. Okay. Where's these big trees then?
These are ones that came here. There were more heading north. But what about...
North.
We have to get the farmers. We have to get them to the temple or somewhere.
Yeah. Okay. I will go grab a gack. And
she goes, where are you going?
I will... Okay. Locke, do you guys want to handle rounding up the farmers?
Across the entirety of the nub?
Got a better idea?
Getting you to the temple.
That's where I'm headed. Fast as a gat can go.
You're my responsibility, she says.
All right, hop on. I will send a message to. Would any of the geckos still be at the barn?
They've all moved up north as it got so cold. They're sleeping in the,
Okay.
in the
Oh,
cave.
right, that makes sense.
Yeah. It's
Sleeping in
very
the- they're
Right.
sleeping in the- I feel like they're sleeping in the hot springs.
yeah,
Let's living there.
bitterly goddamn
Yep.
cold here.
I'm going to send a message to Halifort. He's the owner of the Gack Ranch.
Hmm.
And say, Nub's under attack. Take as many Gacks as you can. Make your way around the Nub. Pick up everyone you can and head to the temple.
Temple is base.
Temple is
You
big.
hear him shouting, like he's thinking very loudly because he's not used to. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. And you hear like you can't hear him doing it, but the way he's talking is very like, oh, sure, yes, I'll do that, lady. And then he keeps shouting until the message runs out, and he loses 25 words.
I feel like the last words of it are, "Wait, can you still hear me? Can she still hear me? I'm still and then it ends."
Probably. Okay. So I'll message Halifort. I'll message I'll send one to Thomas as well, because he's kind of the other corner. He's the closest to Goalsway. To him I will say, the Nub's under attack. Have you seen anything? Get everyone you can towards the temple. Halifort's coming around with Gax eventually.
You'll get a very stifled message back. Lots of boats. Scary. Am moving as far inland as possible.
Okay.
Lots of boats.
Boats,
Bad
boats.
Should I assume bad boats?
Honestly, with the number of famous water-adjacent people at the party, could be 50-50. But safe to assume bad boats and then go from there.
Right, so, Nikki, as you're making your way up there, Rin will turn. He will usher Briseis with him. We need to find the champion. And he will
Right, I
find
was right
you,
there.
Tessa.
You're-
Oh, sorry.
you're right next to her.
He turns and he's
You're
like,
talking
"Oh,
to
Tessa! How did I not see you? You're so large."
You're much larger than me.
That is true.
It's okay.
What would you have us do?
We need to get all the guards up. We need anybody who can fight and feels comfortable fighting, ready to defend. We need to get anybody who's not comfortable fighting into the temples, and also make room for. I assume Nikki had messaged us that the farmers are going to be coming.
I have not done that yet.
Okay.
Because you're far enough away that each one of those is a 3rd level spell slot.
Well, no, we have the slap chats.
Oh yeah, I can slap chat y'all. Yeah.
Okay. We need to make room in the temple so anybody who's here and not fighting can make room and get some supplies ready. Yeah, let's start waking people up.
You notice that sometime in the last couple of minutes, Briseis has acquired 2 people with her. You vaguely remember having seen them like at the gala and at the previous like diplomatic events. One is a tiefling, one looks to be Minotaur, Oxoon, something like that. And both of them look entirely ready to hit some things.
Champion, do you wish us to, or is this the strategy to stay and hold the temple?
Yeah, this ground they seem to have an issue with. From what we've seen before, I think if we're going to do anything, we should hold the ground and also keep the farmers safe.
What about the farmers that aren't in Summit Vale, Tessa?
I don't. It's a good question.
I mean, there's some of them that I can get to kind of.
Do we
quickly.
have any scouts available to us? Anybody who can get anybody who's not in Nikki's lands who hasn't gotten the message
So
out?
at this point, you see that General Dox comes out beside you and goes, "House Verk does," and she has a retinue of Whereas like the Thakera and other people had like retainers and sociable people. She came with bruisers and soldiers. That's just how she rolls.
Smart cookie.
Yeah.
So am I to assume that the entire map that we're looking at, so not only the Nub, but Murtown, Storm's Ire, Quell, like all of that is getting surrounded? Or is it just
you
the
don't
Nub?
so your outpost, like the outposts that you folks had set up for this event, have been signaling that they're being attacked, but it seems to be happening at once. So your situation right now, Tessa, is that you have people trying to make their way towards the temple.
Okay,
but
we need to make sure that they're safely.
There are functionally predators out there that, again, some of these people are going to be probably okay. Like, they can maybe make it, but, like, if you stand and hold, you might lose people, especially the farmers trying to get in. And if, you don't know about the boats yet, but, like, if you can stay and hold and just see, hey, who gets here, gets here. But you run the risk of some of those farmers getting...
We do both. Can we have some people hold here and then have some of the high-level guests take, like General Das can take her scouts out to a different place. Maybe Rin can do something, or like Morgana can take her ship somewhere and deal with the waterways. Can we split up based on what they are good at, I guess?
Yeah, they just want to know what you want. This is your show.
Kiki tugs on you. Kiki tugs at you. She's like, geckos help.
They can't be exposed to the cold. They'll die.
No, defense and temple. She's just trying to remind.
Oh, yes, yeah. Well, Kiki, what do you want to do? Do you want to make things go boom? Do you want to organize stuff here?
Kiki just gives you a very wide bird kind of grin.
I'm gonna let you do your thing.
She's like, no. She's like, you're in charge. She's to lose you. She's like,
I'd like
fetch
to help.
people. She's like, you tell me, like, she's got her roots of flying, so she can,
Would Kiki feel comfortable defending the temple area?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Allie, you wanted to say something?
I'd like to help with getting as many of the farmers back as we can, and unless
Okay.
if you need me here, I'll stay.
No, it might be good for you to help the farmers because you can control the plant life. So you might, if they're,
Might be able to slow things down at least a little bit, yes.
right. So we'll put you on that. Where's our guest list of people? I'm basically just gonna assign people like what I know they're good at. Neri is also there, so her and Ball will probably make their way to the front lines. They probably will not stay at the temple. They will go and kind of meet it head on since they're radiant and such.
Yeah.
Morgana can take the ships that are coming in because she does have her airship with her. I think that's all the people that I control personally.
Briseis will do whatever you tell her to do, at least for this particular thing.
We need to figure out who's organizing this attack. Would you be able to find out who the ringleader is?
See what I can do.
I'll get the hand. Ren says as he heads back inside the keep to get the others. So this...
one more thing. Tessa, one more. Kiki pokes you one more time.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, ask Fran help with temple.
Of all the things, you should probably ask
She's
the
like,
goddess.
quick prayer.
Duh. I will kind of do I don't have like the ability to communicate with her directly since I'm a paladin, but I will do like a normal type of prayer internally to ask for
Make
her
a
support
religion
and
check,
guidance.
please.
Oh, I can't wait to fail.
Kiki, you see that one of the dwarves that's come from the Federation of Houses kind of looks, has arrived, look around at you, and she goes, "Bird, Kinku,
Bird,
Kiki,
you're a crafter, yes?
Yes.
Come with me we need help making weapons better.
Help where? Like out of the temple area, or
inside the temple? So Kiki would have found that House Odom are the primary crafting house of the Federation. They make some of the best arms on that side of the world, and they intend to imbue your weapons with power if they can.
Okay. Kiki makes some quick orders for the geckos to set up like a mid station, like especially I forget the names of the ones who are good with like plants and healing, and then she gets Sis, who's the ranger, to like keep on lookout and to alert her if anything comes up, and then she follows the dwarf.
Okay.
Beeline. Boom.
In terms of other people that I control, because we're running through that list fairly quickly, Tessa Redana would tell you that she's gonna, set up to heal inside the
Perfect.
temple. She's basically gonna start setting up a med tent, and if you have anybody who's good at that, she will happily work with them. So I'm assuming you're sending her
yeah.
Somek.
Yeah, Somek is going to be doing that. And I also forgot that Lily's there too. I think she'll probably stay and use her magic to defend the town and the temple, since I have my other ones going outward.
Right.
One other thing is that Tatara will show up and ask for orders as well.
So what is... I guess this is the meta question, is what is... I know she's a bard, but what is Satara's strengths?
So Satara is like a 25 level bard, and she's got like all the illusion stuff you want. She also has true polymorph, and she uses that to a pretty high advantage when it comes time to like get down and dirty. Only lasts for about an hour. She also has some radiant stuff. She has like crown of stars and things like that. And she has her automaton Jarvis actually can come armor for her, so she's not squishy.
Okay.
She tends to like zing spells, but she'll do whatever.
Is she more of a frontline kind of gal, or does she want to hang back and defend the temple?
She'll happily do wherever you think will do the most good.
Let's see, who do we have staying? We have some powerful people staying here. Let's send Satara outward.
Okay. Which outward? She'll go with whoever you send her. Yeah.
So we're going to need people at all sides. We've got the bay covered. I think General Dox is going to be doing the surrounding areas. Do we have anybody in the south, like by the Quoback estate?
Nikki's down there.
Yeah, well, I'm probably about halfway to the temple at this point. If I would like Gav to be going and trying to round up farmers. Okay. That is in his wheelhouse.
So you
that's
folks,
absolutely a thing Gav would be doing.
You folks, the people who are heading out. Those of you heading for farmers, some folks find the farmers and get them in. Some find very odd resistance there's sort of hunting parties of shadow folk and like gnarled ents and demonic tieflings that kind of harrying and harassing some of the farmers coming in, but they're not a match for characters that are...
Yeah, I think Miri would actually help with that, and also like she would try to calm down the farmers that are escaping so that they are a little bit more orderly, so they're not like panicking and accidentally run into the woods with the monsters, and then also use the radiance to kind of fend those off.
I'm also... Allie's gonna go find the wave tender. Like in the process of waking everybody up.
Yeah, he and his retinue are on the walls kind of watching it. They're getting a sense of what's going on, but they're a little out of their element. They are not literally they're not like, they will be able to fight on the wall certainly, but they're not sure what to do.
Wave Tender, with respect, I understand that your specialty domain is far more in the water than out of it.
Can you get us to the canal?
Oh, yes.
If we can get to the canal, we can help.
Happily.
Okay. Speaking of that, Morgana, as you're flying towards Gullsway, you notice something very troubling. There is a small fleet of ships heading right for the canal.
Yeah, and I take it these are not friendly ships?
They don't seem to be. As soon as they see the Calypso, 3 of them train large enchanted cannons on you and begin to fire.
They can certainly try.
Your ship is very nimble and can dodge, but they are very well organized, so as much as you try to make an attack run, they're covering each other, because you're one boat Like your one flying boat, the Hoptopoli are not with you; they're somewhere else. So you can keep making attack runs, and you can definitely harass this group of ships, this flotilla. But it's hard to make a proper run at something because the moment you start to dive in, cannons, fire spells, spears.
We need some ranged. We need some ranged magic. So we have a couple other people at the party. What about Lord Zoros Darksbane and Anga? Could they do anything with that, or any of the Minotaurs from Thunderblade? We have to assign them to things too.
It's possible, but it's just they're kind of trying to swat the Calypso away, as they are just trying to get, for whatever reason, they're trying to get up. Their play seems to be going up the canal. They're bypassing Gull's Way entirely. That doesn't seem to be their objective. But they are moving towards the end of the canal that's on the bigger bay side, and seeming to
on the right side of the map.
On the right side of the map, where the canal is, some of the ships are staying there as if to blockade it. The rest are trying to make their way up the canal.
Okay.
But they are doing it in such a way that, again, the Calypso is having a hell of a time, and if you had infinite time, you could probably wear them down, but you don't have infinite time because those cannons will be launched on the folks that live in the canal. And the other thing that you're noticing is that a lot of the surrounding people don't know what's going on. They just know that there are ships, so they are heading towards the fortifications that are in the edge of the canal. Because besides the temple, that is the most heavily fortified area, and they can get to that before they can get to the temple.
So what can I do besides stall for time?
Because
I have cannons, I can pick at them, but like you said, it's going to be kind of tough.
You can stall them, but the best thing Morgana would be able to do is get that information back to the coordination at the temple.
I'm trying to think of... I think Kai has message spells, because he's, I think at this point, a pretty high-level bard. I think bards can do message spells, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, he's magical. Let's assume he can do that, and he will send a message back to Tessa, who will send it. Who will alert everybody who is still in the temple area about this.
Allie will then kind of come down with the wave tender and retinue and say, Tessa, if we can get them to the canal, the wave tender says they can help.
Perfect. Let's get them to the canal.
Okay.
What's the best way to do that?
Run and quickly.
Yeah, the canal itself is not that far from the temple itself. It's like
right. There's the connecting area.
Mm-hmm.
So Allie would be willing to go on this run basically because, like, in addition to help guard the wave tenders on their way over there, that'll also give her like a chance to swing by and pick up a couple of the people who live near the canal on the way back potentially. Obviously, this cannot be just Allie, but like she would, I don't know. Maybe
if we can get the wave tender in there to fuck up those ships, that'll leave an opportunity open to
well, he tells you he needs to get into the canal waters and then through the canal. Like, he needs you to stall them there until he can go do what he's going to go do.
So
stalling them I can do.
So he needs Morgana to stall them while he gets through the canal.
We'll do.
That's easy.
So as that communication goes back and forth, Morgana, you realize that, like, they're going to destroy everything outside the canal. Like, they are coming here to destroy things. They are prepped for a lot of destruction.
Those ships are not only firing at me, they're also going to be firing at the landmarks.
If they are powerful enough to keep you and the flying airship at bay, they are fairly going to, they're here to fuck some shit up.
Can I call in any favors with Infernus or no? Because he's dead. I don't know what his range of power is.
You're on the mortal plane. He's not there.
Oh, he can't do anything. Okay, it was just worth a thought.
Nikki, you arrive at the temple at this point as everything's happening.
Stellar, did I run into any farmers or anything that I can help with on my way through? Who does the road go through? The Lightfoot Ranch, Stone Half Farm, or the Jelly Legs Farm?
Yeah, they're telling you the same thing the others told you about. There's a lot of ships coming up the canal. They look pretty large and heavily armed.
Cool.
They were definitely when they were seeing
get to the temple.
when
Get
they
to
were
the temple.
seeing structures, they were taking shots at them, but it was a long like coastal bombardment. And they weren't very accurate, but they were definitely getting shot at.
Okay. Jeez. So yeah, I'll just tell everyone get to the temple, get there as fast as you can. We've got people there for defense. Keep on gacking.
Right, but you arrive as
Excellent.
Ali comes down with the wave tender and his retinue, and they're Ali tells you her plans to get to the canal, but from the Admiral that that's about to come under very heavy attack.
Okay, I will relay that. Drop my gack off at somewhere it can drink some water because it's probably just like about to die. The poor thing. I wouldn't have been writing Sunnyvale for this. I would have been writing a less personable gack.
Merv.
War
yeah.
gack.
A war gack.
A more war gack, yeah. Okay.
Oh, did I get anything from the religion check from Fran? It was a 14. Just noticed that now.
Not a whole lot.
Okay.
You felt woolly. Okay. Okay. So I'll relay the info from the Admiral to Ali that there's about to be probably some serious bombardment on the canal. Need a hand?
Very likely. Wave Tender, is that still okay by you?
Yeah, get us to the water. We'll take care of those ships.
All right. Nikki rolls up her sleeves and she has little ties on the shoulders, like a work shirt, but they're like elegant, so she can roll them up and tie them at the top of her shoulders.
Yeah, Kiki, while you were while you followed that dwarf, you see that Eben Fox, Ali's brother, and all the rune maker are just hammering into swords, and they are putting brands and marks into them. They all seem to be pretty radiant from your knowledge of it, because it's not arcane magic, but whoever hands them a weapon, be it spear, dagger, sword, they are just hammering it, putting it into a fire, quelching it, hammering it. Bess is there just doing her best to just sharpen and get as many things ready to go as possible.
She knows how to enchant items, so she'll ask where she could be best of help.
Are there any geckos helping at the forge because it's hot there?
Yeah.
I can just I'm just imagining like Tic Tac and Toe collectively working like the treadle that spins the grinding wheel.
Nice. Each of them is like
jumping up and down on the bellows to keep the fire going.
Yes.
Yeah.
or they're rotating each of the pedals on the thing. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so you see that Eben Fox he has this very large iron-headed spear in one hand. He's hammering, spins it, hammer, and you see that two what look like divine markings are etched in them to Muradin, and he looks at it very quickly and goes, Kiki, can you get this to my sister?
Where's sister?
She went with the fish guys, and he points that way.
Which one is his sister? Sorry.
Allie is his sister.
Oh, Allie. Oh, yeah. She's like, on it, and she grabs it and goes, and then through the Slap chat, she goes, Allie, where are you?
Heading towards the canal.
Has spear for you from brother. Holy spear. Big help, I hope.
You might have to try to catch up with us. I can't really slow down much right now.
Okay, Kiki will double dash.
With boots of flying.
Well, I mean, it's the same speed either way, but yeah, she's going to use her new propellant with the wind crystalline light. So she, the one she got from her puzzle box.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to basically hold that behind her, activate it with the light cantrip, and just have it propel her as fast as it can.
So in a Looney Tune when Wile E. Coyote rigs up some rocket chair and he's not really ready for the propulsion? That's what happens with Kiki. Kiki's like, "Bark!" And then you just go. Unlike Acme products, this works because Kiki made it. And eventually, as time moves on, Allie, as you get really close, you just hear, "Bah!" And Kiki just flies past you.
Kiki drops the light cantrip and flies back at regular speed.
He just spins a little bit like a jet, like a Blue Angel's jet, kind of catching itself, and whoosh, comes back towards you. Tessa and Nikki, did you go with Allie, or are you somewhere else?
I think I'm staying and still organizing the defenses of the temple. I also think that she would want to fly up as high as she can to do like a visual of what's going on in the surrounding area.
Mhm. Ocular pat down of the area.
Ocular pat down.
Yeah, you see from your height of the mountain, you can now see the ships entering into the mouth of the canal,
I'm with Allie.
and you just hear poof, 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 as puffs of smoke start to come up for them, and buildings start to get hit.
Which buildings?
Buildings in the around the canal.
Okay.
The mouth of the canal has like harbors and like stores. Yeah.
How do we protect the buildings? We need to stop the ships from firing.
Well, here's the thing, folks. I need you all to roll initiative now, please. Those of you that are there.
Where is this?
This is at the canal for those of you that are there.
Oh,
Do Allie and I count as there yet?
Yeah, you're arriving there. So Tessa, you can catch up because you can fly. You're very fast in the sky.
17. Oh
That's a
no!
1.
Robert.
4.
Oh no!
14 for Allie.
Not great. Not great.
Time for battle music.
19 for Kiki.
A dock battle. Ooh.
Doc.
battle.
I
sorry.
assume if Tessa has come here, she's like leaving basically Rin and Briseis in charge of the defense of the temple.
Probably.
Yeah, and also we have the
Actually, it's
Minotaurs and
probably
Thunderblade too.
Bramba and the Minotaurs, and
Yeah.
a Minotaur by the name of Throne Direhorn has sort of taken command in Tessa's absence, and his paramour, I believe would be the word, is currently making a fuckload of food for people that are coming in, so that way they have food and things that can be saved in case for a longer siege.
That's awesome.
Her name is Mudra Longhorn, Lady Mudra Longhorn. So I'm sorry, Tessa, what was your initiative?
It's this weapon I've been given.
Mm-hmm.
What's the damage on it?
It is a spear, but it seems to do radiant damage. And your brother has always been very tricksy when it comes to these things. You're not sure what to do, but man, a good way to do it would probably be to stab a guy and see what happens.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to figure out whether my summoned weapon is going to be hit harder. But
Which is more damagey.
I will trust the Ebon weapon, especially because we're doing radiant things right now, and that's probably helpful.
Okay. So you folks do notice there are a number of dwarves out here that are trying to defend the harbor. Folks with rifles shooting at the ships very... not greatly. But as you come down, you also notice that on the map, roughly 6 armed people. So let me set the scene once I get everything in the right layer. Great. So as you folks arrive, the harbor is, the quote-unquote harbor is decently built, and the dwarves were a bit prepared for these types of shenanigans. So they have prepared some defenses. But it's not enough. They were spending most of the time on the temple, and some at Vale. So this does not have like a coastal battery, but things are made of stone. It can take a couple of baps. But there just aren't enough people here, as a lot of the quote-unquote garrison has probably been trying to help the civilians get the fuck out. There are roughly 4 riflemen
You don't say.
that are taking pot shots at people, and 2 melee dwarves that are just gonna, for the most part, just try to stall people out as long as they can to give their gunner friends time to shoot. They turn around to see all of you land and are very happy. But as you kind of touch ground into the area, you just hear as a large cannonball, probably about the size of Kiki, just slams into the ground near them. The wave tenders, once you get in there, Allie, just basically tell you, we're going around, keep their attention, and they head to the east of the area to try to slip into the waters. So we are now in initiative. And the shoe drops now. They did it again.
You weren't waiting for the other shoe to drop, Scoot? Yeah! We got it!
Double face, double face.
Yes.
I'm mad at myself for not seeing that coming, to be very honest with you.
Can I?
There it is.
Do I have any...
Well, it is Kiki's turn, so...
I don't have any inspiration. I was gonna try and reroll my my initiative. But I'm out of
Kiki,
inspiration.
it is your turn.
Very cool. What do these beings look like? Do they look shadowy, or they just...
These look like tieflings.
Ooh.
Try throwing a bomb at them and see
Oh.
what happens.
That's true. He could do that. And they're on boats. Right?
They are currently on boats. Two of them. So the dock is, it's kind of this quick switchback path leading up from the lower areas. The dwarves have built this in levels because usually funneling attackers is a good idea for the defenders. But right now, 4 landing boats full of 6 beings each are hitting the dock. 2 have come up onto the land itself. 2 of them are end at the 2 other boats are at the end of the 2 jetties that are coming out of the area. That are coming out of the land into the water. Because words are hard.
Yeah, I think Kiki's gonna do just a good old explosive. And she's gonna... Oh, so they're up to the docks or whatever now.
2 of them are landing, and basically, for purposes, they are the front has come down, like Normandy. They are beginning to make their way out, but you have arrived before they can kind of do anything.
Okay. Kiki's going to target the sort of center... I can't ping because I have the wrong thing going on. She's going to... Well, maybe she'll do this one if they're in range. Okay, so she's going to do the one off to the side here because she thinks some of her colleagues might do a frontal assault to the ones right there. And she is going to throw one of her booms, and I don't know what happens to a boat, but the people have to make a dex save. It's a 5-foot radius, so she's going to try and go right in the smack in middle of them, if possible.
Okay, so, that'll hit at least 4 of them. So they'll make dex... This is like a regular bomb, or is just a rope bomb?
It's a regular... Oh, God, it's a regular bomb.
Hear me!
Regular bomb.
What do they need to hit, Kiki?
Oh, that's a great point. What is her spell save?
Tessa, you and Thrax are on deck.
Yep.
18.
I got things I need to activate.
3 of them make it. 2 of them
Bastards,
just
okay.
barely. 1 takes it right in the chin.
All right. Well, the one that doesn't make it takes 24 damage, and the ones who don't take 12.
So
Or
the
did make
one,
12.
yeah, the one sort of catches the bomb. It's sort of like a hot potato situation. They turn, they're like, "Hey, what's?" And then, poof, and it kills the one holding it. The other ones just take some shrapnel from it, but are still alive. Thrax.
Okay, that's her first. Okay, that's her first attack.
Okay.
She's going to do bomb number 2, and in the center of the
same
other
group.
4.
Okay.
Same thing, same roll for them.
That is 3 saves and a miss.
Mother. Ooh, 34.
Very nice.
So
Very nice.
you kill 2 more and wound a 3rd.
All right. And then Kiki will just go, "Welcome to FranCon."
Love it.
Tessa, you and Thrax are up.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
So, as a free action, I'm going to use Kiki's scarf to activate my double speed
Nice.
for this long rest. So that enables me to fly up and get to this group here. For my action, I'm going to do my sacred weapon to get that up, and as the bonus, launch blinding smite, and I'm going to burn a point of inspiration so that I can actually hit this turn. So I will. I have to get all this stuff prepared. And I'm going to go for the one that's directly in front of me with my sword. Does a 33 hit?
Yeah, Jesus, it does.
That has blinding smite. That's 37 damage.
Well, the one you hit is dead.
Okay, attack number 2. I guess I'll go for lefty.
So you're taking out that
there's a-
front line of the boat. Yep.
24
That'll
hit.
Yep.
30 for that one.
That one has ceased to breathe. Yeah.
And then I have like a little bit of movement left, so I'm going to go on the boat.
Okay, you roll up there. Thrax will follow you. He will.
Are these dudes enemies or friends?
They are your friends.
Okay.
These are these two beleaguered like melee dwarves in the dock. Like, oh, that's so many guys. And then explosion, massive tiefling, boom, slaughters two, and they're like, all right, maybe this won't suck so much now. Like, we might make it out of this. As Thrax comes down next to you, Tessa, scimitar's drawn, and he's gonna just come. He's gonna jump up, fly down. He'll superhero landing because it's cool. As he
Terrible
comes
on the knees.
up with his two
His girlfriend's a
scimitars.
killer, it's fine.
He managed to hit one. He sends two attacks to the same person, but only lands one. The baddies are up now. It is their turn. The ones Kiki on the boat have now realized that, man, being in a group is a really fucking bad idea. And they begin to make their way off the boat and up towards the area on the dock. They move up a bit, and you see them taking Molotovs and just chucking them at buildings, setting them ablaze. The two boats at the end of the dock unload their folks and move up the dock to attack people. And three of them come up to this lone dwarf and roll some attacks. One hits the dwarf, and he takes some damage. He's a stout fellow, though. The other ones kind of line up behind. There's not enough space. Same thing on the second dock, as three will begin to surround the last dwarf. And they will roll attacks. This dwarf's a bit more overwhelmed as he takes a lot of stabby stabs, and he is not looking great. He's getting very overwhelmed very quickly as there are three attackers. Let's see. It's now your turn, your guys' turn. The riflemen take aim at the guys doing Molotovs. They don't do too well, but they do manage to... 4 out of 4 gunners. They bring down 4 shots. One of them hits, brings down one of the wounded tieflings. Allie, it's your turn, but I need you to make me a perception check, please.
Stat. 32.
Okay. You see that there are large masses of seaweed in the canal, and they are seeming to make their way towards you, although they are still in the water.
I don't like that.
It is your turn, though.
Well, I will slapchat that to everybody. Keep an eye out for it. Dwarf friend down here doesn't look like he's doing so hot.
Nah, he's getting his shit kicked in.
Yeah, so I wasn't sure if I was going to do this or not, but looks like I will be burning 5 key points to start this fight off. I'm going to drop a plant growth right here. So at least the ones that aren't past him or even with him yet are going to have a much harder time moving.
Mm-hmm.
I can draw it if we'd like.
You can do that once we move on to the next turn. Is there anything else?
Oh, yeah. Is there anything else? Let's see. This is, in fact, great. 25 feet of movement. It's well within Allie. Allie could, in fact, move another 20 feet after that. So she's going to move on up here.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, she'll be here. So now that tiefling is flanked, she's going to smack it a bunch. With the spear, let's find out what it does.
Mm-hmm. 32 will hit.
That's not my attack. That was
the perception check.
22 is
22 will also hit, yeah.
Great. What's my damage with this spear? Is it normal spear? What am I rolling?
1d8 plus your dex.
Plus proficiency?
Mm-hmm. No, just your dex. Proficiency's for attack roll, not damage rolls.
8.
Yeah, you bap him. You bap him good, but the spear doesn't seem to do anything to this person.
Alright, well, conveniently enough, I get to attack him again.
You go ahead and attack him again.
But this time, instead of attacking with a spear, yep, that's another key point down. Allie's going to start to glow a little bit. And this is the first time you guys have seen this. In her other hand, there is now what appears to be a second spear, made entirely of light.
Double spear.
Double spears.
Yep. So she's going to stab with this one.
That's a
it's cute.
critical. Yeah, I know.
I have critted.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that damage.
Okay. Sorry, that's supposed to be a +5, so that's actually 14 damage total. And because I hit, I get a free melee attack.
Well, don't worry, because this person is dead now. You've
I
killed
get
them.
a free melee attack on the person behind them then.
Mhm.
Hell
Get
yeah.
a free melee attack on somebody.
Poor Kate, you're just like, I want to hit him.
I want
Scoot. Let me
to
hit him."
somebody. What's my roll for this? 26, it hits. So they take another 6 damage.
Okay, you hurt that person. That person has been done a harm. Nikki, you're up.
Okay. First, I'm going to turn to Kiki and ask, can you force movement on anyone? Can you drag anyone around?
No.
I'm going to do the same thing no matter what your answer is, but I want to know.
She's like, not very strong. She's like, she kind of points to her arm, like, she doesn't
If
get what
there's
she-
anyone who knows how to use simple machines to magnify their force, would be Kiki. Anyways, okay, so Nikki has been thinking about the lessons that Idri taught her a long time ago, and sort of tapping into that that lightning, that sort of like thunder thing, and working on adapting some of her existing. Sorry, I'm rambling. Anyways, here's Thunderwall.
Anyway, here's Thunderwall. I love you.
So this is
Oh,
this is a reskinned wall of fire. So it's going to be a little bit potentially annoying for Tessa and Thrax, but they both can fly, so I'm not too fussed about
We
it.
can fly.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't do anything when I cast it. So one side of the wall selected by you when you cast the spell, so I obviously pick the side facing the piers, deals 5d8 thunder damage to each creature that ends its turn within 10 feet of that side or inside the wall. A creature takes the same damage when it enters the wall for the first time on a turn or ends its turn there. The other side of the wall deals no damage. So all of the people in the wall right now can move out of it on their turn and not take any damage.
Got it.
Also,
The people on the
remember
other
this-
side of the wall will have to back up to here if they don't want to take damage, or they can walk through and take the hit.
Okay.
And all the people who are on the bottom right dock currently are in plant growth. So they're going to have to spend 4 feet of movement for every foot of movement or 4 feet of movement for every foot of movement they want to do. So I don't know that any of them can get out of range.
They can. It's going to
30
be
over-
a bitch.
Or is not even 8.
It's actually so I drew the shape too
5,
hastily
10.
because this is in fact 100 feet if I want it to be.
It's going to be close.
So it really extends the entirety of the dock. They would have to get off the dock to get out of plant growth.
They only have to get 10 feet away, though.
Yeah, they just don't
to
want
not
to be
get the wall.
in the wall is the problem for them.
Here, let me draw another shape that's a slightly different color for the damaging area.
Okay, Kiki. While he does that, you're up.
There we go.
Wow, Kiki was going to do a thing, and then she's impressed by this wall of fire, so she's
Of thunder.
thunder. Sorry, thunder wall.
It's all like
of course.
crackling, like it full of electricity.
Yes. So she is going to do. She's going to do a contraption that she's going to cobble together real quick, and she is going to cast it between these two dudes who are the remaining ones from the ones that she hurt. Doing it. So, like, over here, she doesn't like that those are approaching. And they have to make... They have to make a con save, also to beat 18.
That's a 1 and a 4, so no.
Alright, they are blinded for 2 rounds, so it's a flash bang that she did first. And then, so she's going to kind of like chill out with that. And then, okay, what's the yellow thing again? That's the range of the thunder
That's
wall?
the hurt zone.
If you're in the yellow zone at the end of your turn, you get hurt. Or if you're inside the wall itself, which is only a foot thick, but 5 foot squares.
Okay.
And if you pass through the red wall on your turn, you take the damage as well.
Okay, she's going to do one of her other pre-made... Well, this is a contraption here, kind of like in between these. It's another... It's slightly different than...
Yep.
Yep, same thing. They've got to beat a dex, except they're also well, not entangled, but they're on difficult terrain, so I don't know if that hurts the dex chance.
One makes it, one fails. One rolled a 19 on the dice, one rolled a 5.
Woo! Okay, so this one is 42. I realized she could do more damage if I used the right kind of explosive. So 42 for the ones that make it, or that don't make it, and then half of that.
Both are dead. Both have died.
Boom, boom. Okay, that's it for her.
Okay. Tessa and Thrax are up. You are inside the wall, by the way.
I know, so I need to kill these folks first. So I am going to, first of all, I'm going to roll to hit. 26.
That hits.
I'm going to activate my sunburst on my sword. Now that is a 15-foot cone. How do I do that? Like, I guess I can get at least 3 of them.
Yeah, you could get the 3 that are around you, or that would be the best use of cone.
Okay. Yeah, I will do that then. So that is a con saving throw for them.
What do they need to hit?
And 17.
1 does, 2 do not.
Okay, so then that is half damage on 33.
Okay, 2 of them. You knock out 2 of them. 1 gets pretty messed up.
Okay. That was the first hit. Let's do the second one. 34.
That's a hit.
All right. That is another 35 damage.
That one's dead.
All right, and I am going to then, I'll probably get an attack of opportunity, but I can take it. I want to get out of the firewall zone.
Miss. Roll the 4 on the dice. Thrax is up. He's going to attack the last one in there.
Finish him off!
Thrax kills him, and then also takes off with you out of the zone of bad, because he does not want to be there.
No.
Okay, so the bad folks are up. So you said the plant growth is on the dock, right?
Technically it extends over the side.
Onto water.
I don't know how that would work. I don't think it can grow on water. I think it...
What if the vines are hanging down?
No, it can be hanging down, but the 3 of them that are like in this wall of bad just jump off the dock into the water and go and swim down. So they are no longer in the they are underwater, but they're no longer in either in the plant growth or the thunder spell.
The wall is 20 feet high for what it's worth, but it does start at that dock level.
Yep. The ones on the other dock will also, seeing this and not wanting any part of it, jump into the water to avoid being murdered by thunder.
Oh, that one got real big.
Yeah, because my mouse is messing up. So they just spend their turns just yeeting into the water. The other ones just sort of backing on up because they don't want to be involved in that. The 2 blind ones will
Except they're trapped on the side of the wall with a very murderous large tiefling lady.
Yeah.
It's not looking good for them, to be honest.
Allie has an idea.
They will then sort of just randomly throw Molotovs, although the other two it lands in the stones and it's a fire spot, but it's not that much of a problem. The riflemen are up. They will take a shot at the guys throwing Molotovs, and all four of them manage to gun those two down. Pop, pop, pop.
Officially, I'll say the wall is opaque. If you want to change that, Scoot, you can.
Scoot, did this one intend to end its turn still in the...
It has not gone yet.
Oh, okay.
He's not bad gang?
He is bagging. I'm just checking. I'm just doing some other stuff. So this one's going to shift up.
Okay.
The other dwarf will also shift up. And dwarf will follow.
Ah.
These two are just kind of moving away from the wall together as they clash. They roll attacks against each other. Both miss. Just really wanting to get they both are just like, fuck that, and they just get away from the wall. Allie.
All on their asses, crab scrambling away.
You want to go ahead and make
this tiefling over here looks really...
make me a perception check.
15.
Rising out of the water are very large seaweed, beings made of seaweed. And they arise.
Allie thinks this is
I unintentionally foresaw that.
Allie thinks this is absolute bullshit.
It's your turn, though.
Great. Allie thinks that this tiefling over here, currently engaged with the monk on the other dock, is pretty distracted between the getting away from the Thunderwall and the facing a dwarf that is trying to hit them. So it seems like, they're kind of someone I could roll at an advantage against.
Yeah, you're also flanking, so you have that.
24.
24 hits.
Great. Allie's stabbing them with the light spear, which I actually misrolled the damage last time. It is 2d4, in fact.
Go ahead and roll it.
They take 10 damage.
Okay, you do them a hurt.
Allie does it again. 24 again.
That hits.
They take 9 damage this time.
Oh, they're just barely alive, but they're still up.
Does a 19 hit?
Yeah, and they die. They had one. You're gonna kill them.
I punched him. Allie's going to, because I've still got a little more movement left. I'm gonna set up right about I'm gonna set up far enough back that it's gonna take most of the seaweed ent's turn to get up to near where I am, but close enough that I can get to the water fairly easily and fairly quickly if I want to smack other things there. And Allie's also going to send through the Slack chat to Nikki. Boy, there sure are a lot of creatures in that very electrifiable water down there. I figure if you've got thunder, you've got lightning.
And it is Nikki's turn.
Well. I gotta do a little move aroundy. Nope, I just put a square on my face instead. Thought that'd be fun.
And this is where the lightning comes from.
Alright. How far around can I get? Let's see.
Don't forget that if you get within a certain range of Tessa, you can use Tessa as the focus of your casting.
Yeah, I think it's 60 feet.
60 feet.
60 feet. God damn it, T.
Alright, so I am going to hop down just over this little wall.
Mm-hmm.
I want to not stand directly in front of the rifleman, thank you. But I want to get a little bit closer to the water, and then I am in fact going to cast from Tessa.
I'm not in the water.
You and Thrax are in the sky with your
right.
With
so,
your wings.
How far above the water are you?
Far enough that I can fly safely over the tieflings that are still on the dock. So I'm picturing probably at least 10-15 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got a stroke of lightning forming a line 100 feet long.
Yeah.
So I want to go this direction.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking to hit 2 or 3 of these guys. I'll let you deal with that at your discretion, Scoot.
Yeah, so you're gonna hit the two that are on the dock. Still, there are two sitting on the dock, and then the rest are everyone else is in the water right now.
So we'll hit the two on the dock, and then I want to hit the head of this guy where he's in the water, basically.
Okay.
With the intent to shock as much as I freaking can.
Okay, so everyone fails their
Need some
saving
dex
throw.
saves.
Yeah, hang on. And then for the ones that are just getting the lightning won't hit the other ones on the other side of the water, but you're definitely gonna hit the three that are close to it.
Sure.
Oh God, Lord.
I at least wanted to hit the yeah.
You're gonna hit everybody, and the guys fail their dex save to get out of the water as the lightning is too fast, so fast.
Oh.
So go ahead and roll the damage.
Okay.
Everybody's gonna fully take
Oh,
it.
much like the speed of light.
So that is 8d6 lightning damage. 27, which is honestly kind of
It's
pretty average roll. Pretty
average.
So all of the tieflings fry. The big seaweed elemental seems peeved, but otherwise
mostly just smells bad. I imagine.
It smells like burnt seaweed.
Burnt seaweed. Yum.
Kiki.
So it has to do with con, and then it would take like maybe half of it.
Okay.
I think. Then she's going to do her last pre-made contraption.
Which one did you drop the movie on? Left or right?
Our right. The right of the screen, I mean, yeah.
Okay. I was like, wait, depending on which hour that is.
Yeah, no, sorry. I don't know how fast they are.
5 foot radius, right?
It is 5 foot radius. So I put it kind of like, I don't know how like wide it is,
How's
Scoop,
that
but I
look?
want it to be like, if it has to move through the beam was kind of the idea.
Yeah, this is a huge creature, so you're gonna be able to hit it pretty easily.
Right. So, okay. And then she's going to do her last pre-made contraption explodey thing. So same deal as to do a dex save. I'm hoping this big monstrosity is not super dexterous.
It rolled very high on the dice, so 17.
Oh, it has to be an 18. Excellent. So it takes 35
Nice.
the boom boom damage.
Does not
Fire
like
damage.
that.
And yeah, then once it starts its turn, it can we'll do the moonbeam thing.
Okay, so Tessa and Thrax.
All right, so
Scoop, I
Nikki
have a really quick
and
question.
Allie are.
Sure. What is it?
Could I have cast Armor of Agathis on our way trotting down here?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So, Deb?
I try not to do that kind of thing, but it's a brand
Yeah.
new spell.
Okay, so I'm gonna focus on the one on the right because Allie's over on the left and Nikki was attacking the one on the left. So I'm flying, so I'm going to use my movement to get within melee range of this tree, and or seaweed monster, and I'm going to do my first attack. Those are 30.
Yeah, 30 hits him, yep.
All right, that's gonna be a blinding smite. He needs to make, what is that? A con saving throw, or he is blinded?
He is blinded.
Okay, so I'm gonna do my second attack. I'm going to use a point of critspiration for that,
Okay, so double the damage.
and I'm gonna dump a divine smite into it as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna so it's double that, and then I'm also gonna roll a divine smite at level 2. So that's gonna be 18 plus 50, so 68 damage.
Okay, he's
I would say nice, but it's not quite.
yeah, you've.
I wish it had not
this
rolled
seaweed
ones,
monster is pretty fucked up and on its last
I wish
legs,
you had
but
rolled-
still standing.
One of those ones into a 2, but
Yes. That's why I said it was almost nice.
So Thrax will take flaming arrows, and he will fire
Or
them
also,
at him. He comes in as you folks just see Tessa just hacking away at this seaweed monstrosity, and it's just like, "Roar," and then arrows just explode into thorns, and this one goes down.
Oh,
Disseminates into seaweed. Okay, I need Tessa and Thrax to make me charisma saving throws.
Well, I'm proficient in that.
Mm-hmm.
32.
You are fine. Thrax is not.
I feel like Tessa probably saved that, yeah.
Yeah, Tessa saved that. Here's the thing, though. You folks look up, and like it's very early morning at this point, but then everything goes kind of dark. And you see the sun has been slightly eclipsed by by one of the moons, but it's not one of the 3 moons of Ryam. It's not one of the brothers. It has a weird, like, cat face on it. And this, of course, is known as the Jellicoe moon, as 5 tabaxi appear to come out of, like, down on moonbeams, floating and very magical.
Why?
Cute.
I mean, we deserve it. Come on.
Fine,
I'm
I
not
guess.
saying we don't, but
So, Thrax, you see Tessa as you, like, turn back to see the arrows. His eyes, he got, like, he called this cat eye guy, and now he's got cat eyes. And he's pulling up, he's putting another arrow in his bow and pointing it at you.
Okay.
And now
Wait a minute. What is this? What is this like a charm? Is this a like what is this?
He appears to be charmed, probably, but you're not entirely sure. I need Kiki, Tessa, Kiki, Nikki, and Allie to make me wisdom saving throws.
Oh,
good thing
what?
go.
That's of
A
all
19 from Nikki.
You're fine, Nikki.
15 for Allie.
You're
if I don't-
okay, Allie.
Oh, can I use a point of inspiration?
You
to
absolutely can.
14?
Still not enough, as Kiki...
Oh, wait, can I do a thing? Hold on, sorry, this might be a Tinkerer thing.
Sure.
Sorry, real quick. Because this is due. Nope. Oh,
Nope, nothing.
no, sorry. Thought I
You...
could.
Yeah, Allie, you see that Kiki has just started doing the funky chicken. And just cannot stop dancing.
Respect.
No, this is bad.
Oh. Oh,
She is
now I
just-
found the thing I could do, but I found it after.
I mean, you apply it.
It's a, I can add it. I can. So it's called a moment of geniality. I can add a D4 to
Yeah, add a D4, see what happens.
roll. 3, so 17.
You save.
Oh.
Kiki dances for just a moment and goes, "This is beneath me," and then just stops dancing.
I am no chicken.
Wait a
I am
second,
not
this feels
funky.
racist.
I am neither funky nor a chicken.
Allie, it is your turn, though.
Oh, cat's gone.
There's still a whole bunch of. There's a giant tree over there to smack. Jellicles aren't close enough for me to smack them yet. Can I insight check them? Can I what the fuck are they doing here? To my knowledge, they were not involved in any of this bullshit up until this point.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Investigation check, I guess? Or insight?
Insight, sure. 17?
I mean, they are a death cult.
Alright, fair enough. That answers Allie's question. She is going to move over to the remaining seaweed ent. And because courtesy of the monk thingy-majigger, she can run on water on her turn without falling into it. She's basically going to run out, smack the seaweed ent, and then run back to shore. So we're going to start with the smacking. She's going to try...
You're running
What?
out to it, right? You're running out, and then you're going to run back, right? That's the plan?
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead. You run out, make the attack roll.
Rude. I'm going to use a point of inspiration on that 11 that I just rolled. 17?
You do hit.
Okay, great. This is with the shiny one. Takes 10 damage.
You do.
I step in with my one from Ebon and see what happens, because it hasn't done anything useful yet, but I figure it's going to do something useful eventually. 27!
That hits, and you see it light up as it digs deep into this creature.
Great. Does it do-
Oh no, it does extra damage, so I'll mark that down. However, I'm going to need you to make me 2 dexterity saves with disadvantage, please.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh my.
Disadvantage.
Well, one's a crit and one's an 11.
I need you to make another pair, please.
13 and a 17.
Not enough. So you jab in real good with those spears, and then you can't pull out, and you feel yourself being pulled into it. And it has wrapped up your arms at the wrist, and it's beginning to pull you in.
So, okay, so I'm not taking any damage from this, right?
Not now.
So I'm trying to figure out how monk evasion factors in here. Because when you're subjected to an effect that allows you to make a dex saving throw, you take no damage if you succeed and only half
Those
of
are
your
for
fails.
AoE spells. This is functionally like a grapple that you just... you're in.
Is she being pulled in, or the spear being pulled in?
It has wrapped the spear and her around the wrist, so it's pulling you in. Now again, you're stuck, and you can feel it going, and you're like, uh-oh.
So I haven't finished my attack round yet.
You are stuck in him. You are stuck in this creature, both arms. So if you want to kick it or something, you perfectly can.
The leg. Well, basically, I'm going to attempt a stunning strike on it by kicking it real hard, I guess.
Okay.
So let's roll that. 21. I assume I kick it.
You kick it. Make me a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage, please.
Yeah. But also, it needs to make me a Constitution saving throw.
That is a 25.
Fuck
You
him.
make a save, and you make a save.
2 dex throws.
18.
Nope, you are pulled in. Now you have a leg in. You have one leg waggling a free. Nikki, your turn.
Oh yeah.
You watch Allie slowly being pulled into this monster, and Ford flying to backsies.
Is not the direction that I want her to have to be going.
Damn it! I didn't realize I could do this. My turn's already over. Sorry.
Nikki's turn.
Allie, you're light, but you're not 5 pounds light.
Bigsby's hand around.
Well, I don't have Bigsby's hand, but I do have catapult, so...
Catapult her through.
It's good in any situation, obviously.
It's always useful, man! Okay. Okay. I will... 5, 10, 15... I can't really
Nikki
get
is
there.
moving towards the monster.
Nikki's moving a little bit towards the monster. I'm just gonna zap it because it worked pretty well on the other one. Or no, I didn't hit the other one. This one's already been zapped. I'm gonna zap this one.
With lightning?
No, you didn't zap this one before. This one got
How-
zapped.
Yeah, you zapped it.
wet? Yeah, I didn't zap the other one.
Very. It's
How
seaweed.
wet are the tentacles that are holding on to Allie?
Very.
Do they look okay?
Yeah, it's like it's in the
Allie-
water.
Are we not doing phrasing?
Does
a hentai
Allie
joke
have?
here.
Would Allie roll a Dex save for this as well?
Would.
Okay, then I'm fine
In-
with it.
In all of the
Allie would tell you
time
to
that I've
fucking
spent with
try
Allie,
things.
have I known her to be particularly resistant to lightning damage applied carefully?
Allie tells you to fucking fry the thing.
All right, good enough for me. Zip zap zoop. I'm gonna have to cast it up leveled because I'm out of 3rd level slots because of sending.
Those damn messages.
I'm sure this will be fine. Well,
I
now
got
that I
the
remember
bug.
the thing that I can do to add to my Dex checks, I'm less likely to not be fine.
Okay, well, fucking fingers crossed. She said go. Here goes. Lightning bolt. Zap.
Does a dex save?
Yeah.
Oh, it does
Are the backseat in the water?
No,
I
they're
can't see them.
flying above
Never
it.
mind. Oh, okay. Doesn't matter anyways.
It
Dex
it
saves,
fails.
por favor.
Fails.
All right. Good. So that is plus 1d6. It's a DC 16, Ellie.
Okay,
Assuming
so
it hits you.
But
affect
I'm
you. But
assuming I'm making these dex saving throws at disadvantage still,
Yeah, because
correct?
you're bound up.
Okay, so the thing that I couldn't find in time, I can add my wisdom modifier to dexterity checks and saving throws to avoid or escape being grappled or restrained until Stormlight runs out.
Okay, so you're avoiding an attack right now.
Yes, so it's a dex saving throw, and I get to add +5 to it. 24 and a 28.
Okay, you successfully avoid the electric damage from the spell that Nikki threw at you. Nikki, roll the damage, please.
I didn't throw it at her. I threw it at the creature holding her. It's an important distinction.
It's fine. I take no damage.
Anyways, it's 32.
So about that, as it hits the creature reverts all damage to Allie.
What?
Oh dear.
I find this to be bullshit of the highest order.
This happened before.
That's unfortunate.
It's not good.
Well, that's a fucking waste of a spell slot then. Okay. I will.
You yeet her. You can't Misty Step her out or anything, right? No.
No, I can't. I can do a different thing next turn if she's not dead by then.
I'm not currently dead, so there's that.
Fine, she's fine.
that?
It's fine. She said to do it. So that's Nikki's turn. So it is Kiki's turn.
Oh, such stress. Okay, so first thing first. So Kiki is going to move the moonbeam. I can't physically do that, Scoot. If you could, over the bastard tabaxis, the bastard cult that you've created. So just like smack right in the middle of them. And then, since it didn't actually do anything in the tree before, they'll take the damage on the start of their turn, or whatever. Oh, okay. And then what's the deal with the dudes by the docks here?
They're still in the water.
Or Thunderwall.
No, they're under the water, like under the dock currently. But you can't see them.
Oh. Fuck, I don't know what to do because I just saw Allie take damage. Oh, it's all kinds of damage. Fuck. Okay, Kiki doesn't know what to do right now, so who of our allies who looks the most hurt? Is it this dude?
Yeah, the dwarf over here with the 2 pips is definitely having a rough time.
Okay, so Kiki doesn't know what to do, so she hobbles together a contraption, throws it in, and a healing mist sprays out, and he takes 5 hit of healing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, he's appreciative of that.
Okay, that's all she can do, because she doesn't want to hurt Allie. She's not sure what's going on. She'll there's a free action to the
Allie
ground.
has to do next round. Keep hitting things.
Okay. But I can't. But like, I can't see the remaining hits. Okay, so those are her 2. Those are
Tessa. You are up.
Going to move, and now that Thrax is in my aura, he cannot be charmed.
Oh, so
because of my aura.
Thrax just comes out of it and puts his bow down.
I want him to follow me and stay in my aura as I make my way over to the tree that has Allie. So I'm going to move him with me.
Make my way to the aura.
Can I see Allie? Can I try to get her out of it?
Yeah, you can see her. She's being pulled in, but you can try to pull her out with a strength check.
I want to try to pull her out. Yeah.
Okay.
Just straight strength.
Straight strength.
19.
You pull her out. Just pop out comes the fox girl, but you are now in the air, Allie.
Oh, fine.
I imagine there's this squelching sound as you're pulled
not a
from this.
problem.
Okay, so that's going to be your Thrax is then going to put some more arrows into this gentleman. He puts a couple arrows into the monster, who is not looking very good, and probably would have been dead if he didn't convert the damage to Allie.
Shoot.
Next up are the bad people. So these tieflings are going to...
Bad gang.
Swim under the dock and come up the other side, but that's going to be their full turn. Kind of getting over there. The sea monster is going to move up to here and provoke attacks of opportunity from Allie and Tessa.
Okay. I'm gonna do me. A
bad.
35.
That hits.
That's gonna be 33 damage, and he needs to make a con saving throw, or else he's blinded.
Don't worry, he goes down.
Oh, okay.
If he didn't have that alley to take damage for him, he would have been dead before. So thank you for that.
Hooray.
You kept him alive for another turn. So Allie, you're just kind of being held out like a gross teddy bear in Tessa's arms.
It's like seaweed dripping off her.
Mm-hmm.
You just had a seaweed wrap. I'm sure it's very relaxing.
Hit the hot springs after this.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Tabaxis are up now. They're gonna fly. They're gonna move out of.
They're gonna take the damage though.
Yep,
right,
they
at
will.
the start.
So go ahead and roll the damage, Kiki.
2d10.
Spread out a bit.
It's a con save, or they'll take half if they make it.
Wow, none of them make
Radiant
it.
damage.
Jesus.
So 16 radiant damage.
Okay. So they're gonna try some as they kind of scatter around a bit. Two of them are gonna fire. One of them is gonna cast Hold Person on Tessa. So Tessa, go ahead and make me a Wisdom saving throw.
I am also proficient in that.
Good.
Is a 17 enough?
No.
I'm gonna use an inspiration to reroll that then.
Okay.
Is a crit enough?
That's perfectly fine.
Okay.
Good job.
Scoot's over here with his DC 30 going, fuck.
No, you're not using that my own trick against me, okay?
Tessa, go ahead and make me another Wisdom saving throw as another Catman tries to cast Hold Person on you.
Oh my god. 21?
Fine, it saves. Shit. One more time. There are 4 of them.
21?
Fuck! The hell!
I am proficient in wisdom saving throws.
Look,
One more
I
time.
gave Deb all my luck for this week. It's why all of my rolls have been shit.
Here we
Oh,
go.
I got a 17.
That does not-
I'm using inspiration again.
Okay.
What it's there
31.
for. Let's go.
So 4 hold persons and Tessa's just standing there like, just kind of. Allie, you can feel your cousin just sort of like, kind of stall out in the air a little bit, but she remains there.
She's like involuntarily like curling Allie a little bit. She's like, huh.
So the leader of the catch just goes, "Oh, that's inconvenient," and casts chain lightning at the 3 of you.
God damn it.
I mean, so it goes.
As you do. Okay.
Dex save?
Well, I mean, you're in Tessa's arms, so
Drop.
you could drop and be in the water.
In the water
Okay.
with lightning.
I need each
Well,
of you to make a dex saving throw, please. I'll make one for Thrax.
26.
Yeah, Thrax crit. Good for Thrax.
33.
Tessa, you've got the fucking rolls tonight.
All of
I
you,
gotta have one night where I'm good.
all of you,
Hey.
make it.
Bullshit
So you
earlier.
are going.
Tessa's built for combat and the dice fucking know it, baby.
So you are those of you, except for I think Allie, who doesn't take any.
Take no damage.
Thrax and Tessa take 20 damage each.
That is 15 for me.
Okay, so Tessa, go ahead and make me a. No, we said Allie drops in the water, right, to get out
does
of
she?
everything. You're holding her. You're holding her. There is no way for you to wiggle out of a chain lightning if your cousin is holding you. You're gonna get hit because there's nowhere for
Now
you
what
to
about you?
dodge to because you're
So
in the air.
If she's here, can I try and jump towards the dock?
You would fall towards the dock if you would like.
Can we wombo combo and I just yeet you over towards the dock?
I mean, so we're what? We're 10, 15 feet up right now?
Yeah.
Yes, and you
I
were
can fall off
10
the
feet
dock
from
and
the
take no
dock.
damage. If I fall onto the dock, I will take no damage because I can use my reaction to reduce my fall damage by an amount equal to 5 times my monk level, which is 11.
So
I
you
will
can
take
just
no
throw
fall damage.
Allie at the dock so she doesn't get hit.
Yeah. You just see the lightning bolt coming towards you. You're like, oh, I've dodged that one from Nikki before.
It's been a while since we've done the fastball special.
Tessa, make a strength check for me, quick.
Just straight
Just
strength.
straight strength, yeah.
23.
Allie, your cousin
Straight.
just like fuck and just throws you and you hit the dock.
That-
You don't take damage, but you're like, God, my knee.
That's actually a shitty roll for me
Yeah.
too. I got a 5.
You definitely just hit. You're like, God, my knee. As you hit
Right,
the.
that's a
Sorry,
+5.
with my dex check of 33, I smacked my knee as I landed on the dock.
Yeah, your cousin threw you as hard as she could to make sure you didn't get hit with lightning.
I rolled a 33.
Yeah. And if you were on the ground with your fast-moving feet, that would be fine. You were yeeted by a large tiefling to avoid a light chain lightning. You were yacht.
Sorry.
No damage. You just are like, God, it's a hard landing.
Oh,
But it's your turn now, Allie.
my turn was not
Great.
after your turn.
I've got 2 spears.
Okay.
You know what spears can also be?
Javelins?
Ranged.
Who you throwing and what spear at?
Anything can be ranged at least once.
Anything's a ranged weapon with Tessa.
I'm gonna throw
Including
the
Ellie.
Stormlight because I can get it back anytime I want to. I'm aiming for Big Daddy.
You're using the Stormlight Spear?
Stormlight Spear first.
No. 28, that'll hit.
He takes 10 damage.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna throw the one from Ebon. 24.
So as that one lands in the head Jellicoe cat, you see him like a DBZ character, just like into a huge radiant ball, and he just explodes.
Easy enough.
Picture all this fur just going.
Like the worst
Fuck you,
hairball
space
ever.
cats!
And because bullshit monk movement shit, I'm gonna run out on the water and see if I can grab those spears while they're falling and get back with them.
Ebbins exploded, so that one's gone.
Oh, okay, then I don't need to bother running out on the water. I didn't know that the spear exploded too.
Yeah, he had exploded a cat, and
Alright, it's
you know.
fine. I've got another spear. The Stormlight Spear is now back in Ellie's hand somehow.
Okay.
And it's a bonus action. I'm gonna get a little bit of my health back. So I get Wisdom plus Proficiency modifier worth of health back.
Okay, Nikki, as you see that large catman explode, the other ones are just like,
I don't see shit. This wall's opaque.
right. You hear an explosion, you hear meow, 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 meow. You definitely hear an explosion, though, and you're like,
A yowl and a squelch.
right, and you know, Kiki's next to you, so you're like, well, Kiki didn't do that one. Because I've seen Kiki's explosions. Those of
Right.
you on the other side of the opaque wall, though, see the other 4 cats just look at that happen and then vanish as the sky goes bright again, and it is now
As the
dead.
cheers on, Allie's like, woo!
Cowards! Kiki's like, "Brr, cowards!
There's still more tieflings. We need to hit them.
Yes.
So as this is going to kind of, you've taken out the main threats. You will get rid of the mooks quickly enough, because combat is then stopped as everyone make me perception checks, please. I just want to see who sees this first.
I got an 18.
I got a 20.
9 for Kiki.
I got a 13.
I got a non-natural 20 to be clear.
Okay, Allie, you see that the water is, as you're
Dirty
looking over there, the water is rippling as a very sizable turtle comes up, and you see one of the boats get launched into the air. It just starts, like, it goes up, and it's like a caravel, like, it's decently big. It gets popped up into the air, like the Titanic, and then you just see these 2 huge jaws come up and snap the wooden ship in half.
I see the way.
This is the bad guy ship that just got chomped, right? Or do we have to go
Friendly
fight it
turtle?
Allie grins and says, "I see the wave tenders arrived."
Yep, and you see a juvenile shellback, so a large snapping turtle that is normal. A full-size one could not fit in this canal. The dwarves have specifically designed it as such, but a juvenile one can kind of make it. As you see this massive turtle just snap that one, cause the other boats to kind of go and hit off the sides of the canal, as with strange speed in the water, this thing is able to then turn its head and just smash the boats made of wood, and it's just with its girth and hugeness. At this point, you also see merfolk as beings that are not made to be in the water hit the water. You see like Trident and Naga merfolk just moving very quickly off the turtle's back into the water after the people that fell in there.
Yes. Good.
Mm-hmm. And the wave tender eventually, after a few moments of screaming, because, man, drowning and getting stabbed to death in the water is not really a good way to go. The wave tender arrives, you know, very like Aquaman style, kind of just dolphins up onto the land. and
I'm
looks
just
around.
envisioning this giant like dragon here, just like whoosh, and then just like a little dwarf pops down.
Yep. He comes up and he goes, "Champion, I'm happy to report the canal is secure, as is the outside harbor."
That's a relief. What kind of damage did the buildings around the canal take?
They're not destroyed. They're going to need a lot of work as the wave tender is able to help you deal with some of the fires that are starting.
Okay.
They didn't really have time to catch, but like, there's a couple of the smaller ones are destroyed. The bigger ones, like the lighthouse and such, and a couple of the other bigger buildings are still intact, but are definitely going to need repairs.
Okay, we can deal with that.
Kiki has these water bombs, by the way, so she'll assist with putting out any fires.
Water balloon bombs.
Kind of. That's kind of what they are.
Yep. But as you
Awesome.
folks finish up here and kind of secure everything, and the citizens are just very happy about everything being safe again, you hear in the distance a battle horn coming from the temple.
Okay,
Let's go.
let's go.
And that's where we will pick up next week, folks.
Wow.
So remember your spell slots and your AC, because we got, Gala Party 2 Electric Boogaloo next week.
I don't have spell slots.
You have
All right.
HP, though.
Fine, but I can shove more
Yes.
key points. Oh,
Yes, Nikki.
Where's this lighthouse? Is it like at the mouth of the canal?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'll put a lighthouse on my nub map.
It's like a little mini one to like more of a searchlight for the area, but they thought it'd be
Accept.
fun. It's more of an aesthetic lighthouse and a really purpose one.
I am into it.
Yeah, but thank you folks for coming to Ryam again, and we will see a battle at the gates next week. So everyone, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you stay safe. Have a good night.